Okay, so the days you're looking for something to do, what are you doing with your time? You still got to show up, right? You got to be in the office for 8 hours, right? You're not golfing with the partner because you're not at that level yet. So what would you give me an idea of a day of an accountant?
Well, for me, like especially as I've only had co-op experience, so
yeah.
Kind of different, but like I was just used to kind of look through. I took the skills that I know that I'm like positive that I know well, and I would kind of see where in the office I can improve certain things. So whether it's like a process of when the work comes in, how it gets distributed to the different staff, like I would look at kind of stuff like that because you don't really need a lot of accounting knowledge to know how processes work.
Right.
So like you can kind of make the office more efficient.
Yeah.
And they like to see that because they they see that you're trying to help and trying to do the best you can. So.
You just said a very important word there. Efficiency is king. And I do this. I did the same thing in trucking, which is one of the reasons that it got me to being in that 20% club. But the process you're looking at is your own process, right? So if I give you an example of my day, I do three things. There's three things that I like to do. I write every day, I draw every day, and I talk every day. Yeah, I do talk every day. So my talking is my podcast, of course, or my television show or whatever. So when I schedule my week every Monday, I schedule the whole week out. Because my wife, Carmen, she handles the business part, the bookings and the admin. We share a calendar. She needs to know when I'm available. I need to know when I'm available for business meetings. So we share a calendar. So every Monday, whatever she's booked, the whole week, I fill that out. So I go, okay, I've got a speaking engagement here. I've got a drawing engagement here. I need to finish this illustration. And I just plot out my days. So I work in 2-hour blocks for the whole day. And it starts at about 6 a.m. in the morning, right? So I go 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. is my writing time. I have to write in the morning. I cannot write at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm whipped. That's beer time. Writing time is in the morning, beer time's in the afternoon. Don't get it wrong, because it goes bad if the beer time's in the morning and the writing time's in the afternoon. So make sure you got that straight, okay? So I go into the writing time. So my writing time is 6 to 8 a.m. And then from about 8 to 10, I go to the gym, have breakfast, do all that stuff. 10 to 11, I have that as my admin time. That's when I'm handling email, all those kind of things, returning phone calls, whatever. And then from 11 to 1, I work on a project. Usually it's my podcast. I might be recording or editing, whatever it is. In the afternoon, from 2 to 5 roughly, or 2 to 4, I work on an illustration. I have a lunch for about an hour, 1 to 2. And then at the end of the day, I have another hour admin, which is email, that kind of thing. And then at night, I'll usually draw. I'll do something else again. So, but that's the structure of my day. Every day is structured basically the same way. The projects change, but everything changes. So when you have those days as an accountant, the days that you're not doing anything, you should still have them full. You should still have them filled with something. And it might be improving your process. It might be going, okay, I need to figure out how to do spreadsheets better. I don't know why I only know spreadsheets. I don't know what you guys do other than spreadsheets and taxes. But that's basically you know, figuring out your system. How can I be better at this? How do I look something up faster? How do I get those numbers faster? How do I bookmark my thing so when someone says, what's the address for CRA, my payment, you go, click, here it is. And you don't have to say, I'll get back to you on Tuesday when I go figure out where it is, right? Because you got to remember, the people you're dealing with are not accountants. They don't know where to go for CRA My Payment or one of these. You can see I use CRA My Payment a lot because I didn't know that one. That's about the only one I use. My accountant uses all the others. I use that one to pay, right? But it's knowing your process, knowing, you know. So what is it for you that makes you? What do you need to do? Instead of, if you're not a writer like me, I'm writing articles or I'm writing books. Maybe that's your reading time. Maybe that's your homework time on what's going on in the industry or what's going on in your particular operation, right? You should know that. You need to keep up on that. So when the partner says, hey, you know, we're selling, I go, I heard that last week. Does that mean I'm out of a job? No, man, you're a good one. You're coming with me, right? That's what you want them to say, right? Not say, oh, yeah, everybody's gone, right? So you need to know, of course, you guys got to keep up on the laws, right? Latest tax laws, whatever they are, that might be your time. Right? And then when are you returning client phone calls? Learn to batch. Batching is secret, especially for myself, like a creative entrepreneur. If I had to go live every day with my podcast, it would never get done because I am not available every day. But I batch record. I can say, okay, Mondays, Tuesdays, I'm recording all day, and I record all my episodes for the month, and then I throw it out, right? So efficiency, getting efficient with yourself is really a big secret. And that's everything from email, right? I don't understand. I've got friends that have their phone in their hand all the time, and I looked at one guy's phone, he had 138 emails. What are you doing? Like keeping them for prosperity? He hadn't even read them yet. Like, what do you got 138 emails? How are you going to answer 138 emails? Right? So obviously he's on the phone all the time. I see them. They're on LinkedIn. You know, all these social media, there's a green button. That means you're online. You know that, right? That's how your bosses know if you're on Facebook. So keep that in mind. But no, so people are on there all the time, but then they never answer back your email. I answer my email twice a day. And I probably get an average of almost about 100 email per day. And people go, boy, you answered timely. And I'm only answering twice a day. I'm not on there every minute. You know, my wife, hers is different because she's handling all the admin and the bookings. She's got to answer in a certain amount of time. She's on her email a lot more, but that's why she's doing that, because I don't like email. She does, right? So it's getting very efficient with what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it, right?